Good evening, everyone. I am Vlad here at Pepsi Center, and this is the Burgundy Rainbow post-game report for Wednesday, March 28th, 2018. The Colorado Avalanche welcoming in the visiting Philadelphia Flyers in the first of their two-game homestand. Well, as you can see, I'm not the. As you can see, I took a bit of a haircut in Vegas, as did the Avs, and unfortunately the cutting didn't stop there for the Avalanche as they fall to the Philadelphia Flyers by a score of 2-1. We'll go ahead and dive right in. This game was essentially over in the first period. Claude Giroux and Ivan Provorov scored the goals for the Flyers, and the Avalanche did not have the effort or the effort really to come out after the Vegas loss to try and rebound and get these much needed points, which were on the line, and they fell horribly short of this goal. Speaking of goals, the only goal that was scored for the Avalanche was done by Matt Nieto in the second period, his 14th of the season score, which would be the final 2-1. Dominic Toninato and Eric Johnson would get the assists on the goal. Nothing happened in the third. The Avs did put together a lot of try-hard moments in the third. Unfortunately, they all came with under 5 minutes left to play, and by then there was very little that the Avs could do in order to score. On both Flyers goaltenders, Michael Neuwirth played for about half the game, give or take, and then was substituted out for Peter Mrazek. So both Flyers goaltenders defeated the Avs tonight. Mrazek came up big for the Flyers in the final few minutes. Neuwirth held his own until he was pulled. So a very disappointing night here at Pepsi Center for fans of the Burgundy and Blue. Let's go to a couple of numbers here. The Flyers outshot the Avalanche by a total of 33-28. Special teams were on point for both. Penalty kill was flawless for both teams. Power play did not work for either team. One bright spot, I know there was a lot of concern for there would be a lot of concern regarding what Andrew Hammond would do, how he would play. For this being his first game for the team, maybe he looked a little wobbly in the first, but I felt he really settled in and really did his part to keep the Avs in it. I think he played better as the game went along. He made some really good saves. I don't think he was out of place once he got comfortable. Question from the YouTube channel, did the team look tentative in front of Hammond? I don't think it was that they looked tentative in front of Hammond. I'm not exactly sure what happened here. I think the confidence kind of has started to wane with this young squad. It is a young squad, and maybe the weight of getting into the postseason is starting to turn inwards. A lot of these games are, whether in the media or among the fans, are being called must-win if they want to get into the postseason. So maybe the pressure is starting to creep into the locker room a little bit, but the scoring has dried out across the board. The top line is getting nothing. Secondary scoring has all but vanished. Tonight's goal came from a bottom sixer. Monday's goal in Vegas came from a defenseman. Carl Soderberg got the one goal in the Saturday game against Vegas. So the offense has dried out for the Avs, and there's going to have to be some answers that they have to find before Friday when Chicago comes here to play. I certainly don't have the answers. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this by a side of an escalator. So, but no, to answer the question, no, I don't think that they played tentative in front of Hammond at all. It's a very weird dichotomy between how the Avs played in Vegas and how they played here tonight. For the first two periods in Vegas, they were getting a majority of chances, and it was Marc-Andre Fleury that was just making some lights-out saves on Monday night's game. But tonight, passes were going everywhere but onto the tape, or it was going between the legs. Skaters were falling down, and it wasn't just Rantanen that was falling down. A couple of other players did too. So I think what's going on with the team, this is mental. This is a mental thing, and that's probably one of the worst things that can happen to a young locker room, is that they start getting that seed of doubt planted in their head, and then after that, if it just takes hold, then it's going to take even more effort to just climb their way out of their own mental their mental hold, and just get back to playing how they had been playing before the offense had dried out. So that's the best guess that I have. And let's not overlook the fact that there's another team on the ice. The Flyers, even with playing in Dallas last night, were taking over large stretches of the game, which is a big concern with the fact that the Avs were the rested team. They had the home ice, they had the last change, and the Flyers dictated a lot of the play. It really wasn't until towards the latter stages of the third, when the Avs finally started playing with more urgency and more desperation, that the Flyers started settling back and the Avs started taking more control. It can't wait until the final 5 minutes of the game. And if that's going to be the MO, just to wait until the final few minutes, that's going to be a recipe that's going to kill any team, not just this one. So unfortunately, too little, too late from the Avs. They left some big points on the table. They could have hopped back into the wild card slot, but unfortunately that didn't happen. St. Louis and Anaheim still hold wild card positions right now, and now tomorrow's become now the Avs need help. The Coyotes were victorious in Vegas tonight, defeating the Golden Knights. They are in LA tomorrow to face the Kings. So the Avs need a hand from the Coyotes to hold the Kings down. And I don't know who you want to choose with Dallas and Minnesota. So shrug your shoulders, say YOLO, whatever, but that's something there. So in the short term, it's not as though the world is ending, but it's not all sunshine and roses either. It just makes Friday's games really, really big. Of course, the Blackhawks are here on Friday. The Blues are in Vegas to face the Golden Knights, and the Kings play the Ducks. Friday's going to be a big game for the Avs. So whatever happened here tonight, they can't repeat this effort against Chicago on Friday. They just can't. They have to do better than this. So far be it for me to beat a dead horse, but we'll switch gears for a minute. We did have a winner for the March Vladis contest. I know it was a bit of a tough question. I made this one really tough. So we did have another technically correct answer in Patrick Weirkosh being the only player that was playing defense out of the 9 skaters that wore number 28? Not the answer that I was looking for tonight. Even though, on technicality, yeah, that's true. He does play as a defenseman. That's not the answer I wanted. The answer I did want was, and I gave you a clue in the pregame, how he handles his game. The answer was Ben Guite. Out of all 9 skaters, he's the only one that's a right-handed shot. So there was your clue. Unfortunately, I didn't do a very good job of dropping that clue on Twitter, but that's the answer. Ben Guite is the one skater out of the 9, whereas number 28, right-handed shot. So congratulations to our winner. You'll get your prize once I send it out. We'll have another question coming up on Friday. I will not make it so hard. This was a tough one, so we'll make things a little easier for Friday because everybody loves a Friday. I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. I do appreciate it. For continuing coverage and conversation on tonight's contest, head to burgundyrainbow.com, join the Burgundy Rainbow Discord, and head to the GDT channel. And as always, stay tuned to Colorado Avalanche. Stay tuned to coloradoavalanche.com for official news, but stay tuned to burgundyrainbow.com for our spin on our flavor of coverage of the Colorado Avalanche as they make their way towards a possible postseason berth. That's it for me. I'm going to head outside where it's nice and cold. And until next time, which will be Friday, here at Pepsi Center, let's go Avs.